Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Shauna Spillin' the Presley Tea, episode 39. Hey, everybody. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Pat. Hey, Ashley, Karen, Jennifer. Hello, EP Fan Archive. Hi, everybody. I was going to wait for a few more people to come. Some people might not have thought I was going to come on tonight because, I have been sick, but I am here and ready to go for you guys. We have a lot to go over. Hello, Miss Kathy. Well, I'm doing better. I have had better days, and today's one of those. So I'm doing a lot better today. It's been really rough. I don't know about you guys, but once COVID was out of this house, I was just trying to get on my feet and get everything back to the way it was and to the way that I wanted it. And I'm still trying anyway. Hi, Deborah. Hi. EP Fan Archive. Let's party. Ginger, hello. Hello. Yeah. I'm alive, guys. Hello, Anthony. Molly, what's up, girl? Pat, you're so glad I'm doing better. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jerry. I am. Lily, Teresa. Oh, my goodness. Kathleen, hi. Hi. You're so glad to hear me laugh. I'm so glad to be able to laugh. It's been rough. Miss Mindy Miller, thank God you're better. Girl, thank you for your prayers. Mwah. Thank you, Nat TV, Rhonda, Kathy, Jennifer. You been sick all week? No COVID though? Girl, I hear ya. See Pam, hi. Hi, Francis. So nice to see you doing better. Well, I'm trying to get on my feet. I'm a little pale still. Hello, Ruby. Hello. I am a little pale. I'm a little bit pale. I try to put makeup on to kind of correct it, but it's going to be a while, guys. I hope you get well soon. Anthony, I'm getting on my feet. Lydia, hi. Francis, you look beautiful. Oh, thank you, darling. Bless you. It's been, I'm telling you, it was hard to breathe. The COVID hit my lungs like a ton of bricks. I felt like a little person was sitting on my chest for a week. I didn't work for 6 days. Thank God for a job that understands. And I had good doctor care, Karen. But I believe in the power of prayer, and God is good, and He had answered. He had answered. Because I wouldn't be right here with you guys tonight if He hadn't. Because my doctor wanted to put me in the hospital, guys. I was this close from getting put in the hospital. And thank God Almighty, I'm here with you guys tonight. Darlene, hello. I'm feeling much better. Ophelia, hello. Glad you're getting better, Shauna. Nancy, Shauna, so good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Nessa, hi. Luann, so glad you're better, Shauna. Keep resting. It still takes a while to get over it. It sure does. I don't know if it's because I have asthma or the type of COVID. I don't know what. I've never got it before. I got 5 years of not getting COVID, and then I get it. But it hit me like a ton of bricks, I'm telling you. Loran, hello. Pat, Helen, Cheryl. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you guys. You could have went to any channel tonight, but you're going to spend it with me. Thank you. I love y'all for it. I love y'all for it. Cheryl, thank you. Thank you. I love seeing each every one of y'all in here. Substance use disorder nurse. Shauna, so glad to see you. I prayed for you every day. God bless you so much. Love, Jean. Thank you. Karen, hi. You have RSV. Pray for you, honey. Rainbow 24. It's always a pleasure. Always, honey. Love you back. I love being back. Thank you. I'm just so glad to be back. I am a little winded. I'm still me, And I'm here, but just know that, I am a little winded, but I'll get through it. I'll get through it. Anthony, have you been vaxxed? Yes, sir. I have because I have asthma. I did get vaxxed, and my doctor told me if I hadn't have got vaxxed, it would have been a lot worse than what it was, and I thought it was about to kill me as it was anyway. So, Lisa, hi. Thank you. I'm glad to be with you guys. I just love seeing y'all. I want to just give y'all a big hug. Francis, Shauna, don't overdo it tonight. I promise. Unless I get really angry at one of these news articles, I promise I'll try my best to not overdo it. I promise. But there is a lot to cover tonight. A lot of things have happened, and I'm just blessed to be able to be here tonight to tell you about it. I know EP Fan Archive. There's so much to catch up on. Jennifer, it is. It's a reunion. It's a reunion of souls that love one another and Elvis Presley. That's what I love. That's what I love. Ah, so happy. So happy. And if you're wondering, I got my singing voice back, but it's not great. So let's hold off on any singing tonight. How about that? A little bit. I'm gonna hold off on that. Lydia, make sure your vitamin D level is high. It's getting there. I'm taking it every day. I'm taking zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin D3. So I'm doing my best to take care of myself. Joy Lang, a fan blowing in your face help. You had to do that 2 weeks after C19. Well, I sleep with a fan on anyway. I can't sleep with a fan not on, so I'm always having a fan on. In fact, there's a fan above my head going right now. EP Fan Archive. Me. Exactly, Miss Mandy. TCB with TLC, girl. TCB with TLC. All right. So I've got this important article to read to you guys. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. It's from Rolling Stone magazine, which kind of was very interesting to know that they did their homework. But Rolling Stone magazine did their homework on the Priscilla Presley court battle up to date. So if you give me a few minutes, I'd like to read you this article so then we can talk about it on the other side. What do you guys think? You guys ready? I know I am. So I'm going to just give you guys a second. But there's a lot to go over. I can't believe that Rolling Stone, out of all media outlets, Rolling Stone actually gets it right. So let me see here. Where did I have that? Oh, I just love that you're all here. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. There was a lot of news between then and now. Here it is, right here. Priscilla Presley and Graceland, your cheat sheet on all the legal drama. So let's see what this says here. Rolling Stone came out a couple of days ago. I'm going to read it to you. All right. A source with Elvis Presley estate tells Rolling Stone the woman accused of preying on Priscilla Presley was turned away empty-handed when she tried to negotiate NFTs and hologram show. That's right. Elvis Presley's ex-wife and heirs have spent decades hounded by the public fascination and scrutiny. Members of American folklore dynasty, I hate that they write that crap, they share a mythology that's seemingly unstoppable. Not only did it inspire two recent prestige films from directors Baz Luhrmann and Sofia Coppola, but the films were critical hits that in turn generated legions of curious fans. When Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis and ex-wife Priscilla Presley, died suddenly January of 2023 at the age of 54, the studied family was once again thrust into the spotlight. As news of the loss spread around the world, a series of interconnected lawsuits. And believe me, she started them, didn't she, guys? Making global headlines too. First legal controversy came when Priscilla challenging her removal as co trustee of her late daughter's Promenade Trust, which we all know that was wrong. The entity that owns the iconic Graceland estate and helped manage Elvis's intellectual property. The dust up ended with a generous settlement between Priscilla and her granddaughter Riley Keough, the eldest child of Lisa Marie. After that, the businesswoman and memorabilia dealer Bridget Cruz sued Priscilla in Florida for allegedly walking out on a partnership they formed just days before Lisa Marie's untimely death. Months later, a mysterious entity claiming to be a creator of Lisa Marie's filed for foreclosure on family's world famous Memphis mansion. So we have that too. When the threatened foreclosure was quickly exposed as a scam, Priscilla's battle with Cruz intensified, leading her to her own bombshell lawsuit filed against Cruz. This month, the scathing complaint alleges abhorrent financial elder abuse, topping $1 million. Because we all know Priscilla can't not uh, sue anybody for less than $1 million, right? She has to go high or go home. It called Cruz a con artist and pathological liar allegations she denies. As the drama continues to unfold, here's your cheat sheet on all the legal twists and turns of the Priscilla Presley Chronicles. So here we go. Cruz 41 is a Florida auctioneer who gained fame as an Elvis memorabilia dealer with her 2017 sale of Elvis Jet. Lost Jet. Her company, GWS Auctions, initially described the jet as custom designed to Elvis's specifications. That designation was challenged when New Mexico oil tycoon Roy McKay stepped forward to say he bought the jet in the early 1980s and was the one who installed all its flashy red seats and matching carpet, meaning it wasn't Elvis at all. When I got it, everything was gray and white. That's what the oil tycoon said. It was just a casket. McKay tells Rolling Stone he recalled personally choosing the wine hue colors and copied the button and tuck upholstery design from his local steakhouse. As far as the plane looking good, that's me. I personalized it. I did it first class. Either way, the plane reportedly sold for $498,000 that year, and Cruz's profile grew because of that. Based on FAA records, which are federal documents, there is no dispute that the jet was owned by Elvis Presley. Rather, Elvis Presley was responsible for all cosmetic changes over the lifetime of the plane does not change the fact that Elvis Presley owned the plane, Cruz said. Well, he didn't touch it, so I don't know how it could be worth $498,000. But anyways, GWS Auctions maintains its commitment to integrity and to the authenticity of the items that it sells. But, some people are begging to differ. When exactly Cruz and Priscilla met is a point of contention. Priscilla's elder abuse lawsuit says they were introduced in 2021. Cruz, meanwhile, claims in a declaration that starting in 2020 that Priscilla and I began discussing moving to Florida. She claims that Priscilla mentioned she wanted to move to the Sunshine State to be closer to her dear and trusted longtime friend, John Travolta. Cruz also claims that she brokered a meeting between Priscilla and Donald Trump at Priscilla's request. Cruz is an ardent Trump supporter whose Facebook profile pic recently was a photo of her with Trump and with his wife Melania. In her Florida-based lawsuit, Cruz claims she became close with Priscilla and agreed to help rescue her from the brink of alleged insolvency. She says they agreed to set up several companies in January of 2023 to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness and boost Cruz's Elvis memorabilia sales using Priscilla's written recollections as authenticity. In a declaration filed in June, Cruz said that she ended up doing extensive work on an NFT project involving the specific facial structures of Priscilla and Elvis. She claims more than 35,000 NFTs expected to fetch in excess of $17.5 million and have been planned for release alongside the premiere of Coppola's film Priscilla, based on Priscilla's biography, Elvis and Me. That never happened. She also claims a unique hologram show was being negotiated with Authentic Brands Group, the majority owner of Elvis Presley Enterprises. She claims the hologram showed and associated merchandising were expected to generate $1.2 billion in revenue. You know, expecting something and something to be something are two different things, guys. I can expect if I ever sell my house to sell for $1 million, but that don't mean it's going to, right? A source with the Elvis Presley estate tells Rolling Stone that Cruz's representation about the projects were misleading. Anything involving Elvis would have to be approved. There was never an agreement with Cruz on NFTs or holograms. There was never an agreement or even deep conversations about a unique hologram show. There was never an agreement to do anything, the well-placed source tells Rolling Stone. Cruz has inquired that NFTs, but was quickly given a no by Graceland and EPE because of our understanding of who she was. Cruz alleges in her lawsuit that after Priscilla's fortunes changed with her lucrative settlement with her granddaughter Riley Keough, Priscilla simply walked away from their joint ventures in breach of their contracts. How did Priscilla respond to Cruz's claims? Priscilla, 79, immediately fought Cruz's Florida lawsuit, filing a dismissal motion in November of 2023 that was renewed in May and remains pending. The author and actress then went on the defensive in Los Angeles, filing her own blockbuster claim for financial elder abuse on July 18th. According to that complaint filed by Priscilla's lawyer, Marty Singer, Cruz joined with businessman Kevin Fialco under a scheme that manipulated and defrauded Presley out of more than $1 million, she claims. The lawsuit also claims Cruz placed a stranglehold on Priscilla's finances with contracts that gave Cruz a controlling 51% interest in Priscilla's name, image, and likeness in perpetuity. Gosh, I can't talk tonight. In the case of the proposed hologram venture, Cruz and Fialco gave themselves a combined 80% share compared to Priscilla's 20% court paperwork states. Priscilla's lawsuit says the deals were just outrageous and unconstitutional. They're unenforceable, she says. But wasn't it Priscilla that was supposedly hired them to exploit her name, likeness, and image? I mean, she's the one that wants to exploit her own image here. But anyway, beyond any alleged unfulfilled plans, Priscilla claims Cruz completely withheld not only the $500,000 she made from Coppola's film, but also the $349,000 she was paid in connection with her Priscilla Cosmetics deal. And don't get me started on that Priscilla lipstick Okay, guys, we've been there before. Priscilla says she's negotiated the movie deal before Cruz and Fialco were even involved in her affairs. Despite having absolutely nothing to do with the film and receiving a cease and desist letter in August of 2003, the pair still attempted to gain access to Priscilla's premiere at the Venice Film Festival. This is what Priscilla alleges. According to the lawsuit, Cruz planned her scheme, handpicked the lawyer who represented Priscilla on the day in early January 2023 when Priscilla sat in a room with Cruz and the lawyer and signed a stack of contracts with the video camera rolling. See, that's one thing smart about Bridget Cruz on her part. She didn't let Priscilla sign anything without having those cameras rolling. Because we want to see it, right, guys? You got to see it to believe it. The lawyer Lynn Walker Wright filed a response in early September denying any violation of her duty to the Presleys as a client. One of the documents signed that day granted Cruz power of attorney over Priscilla, and we know that Priscilla wanted Cruz to be power of attorney over her because she was in a lawsuit with her grandchildren, and she used Cruz as power of attorney to get what she wanted. Seems like Priscilla uses you until she uses you up, and then when she's done with you, she throws you to the curb. In August 2023, Priscilla had a different lawyer and sent Cruz a notice that the powers were being revoked. The lawyer, Michael Frock, said Priscilla's cousin, Barbara Everson, held the powers also. So Cruz never had exclusive power, and any unilateral actions taken by Cruz were therefore null and void. In yet another notable claim, Priscilla claims Cruz and Fialco's alleged misconduct extended to her son Navarone Garibaldi as well, with the pair allegedly withdrawing $40,000 from Garibaldi's bank account for no legitimate reason. She says the duo also had the audacity to demand that Priscilla's settlement with Keogh include a promise that Keogh will do her best to get Cruz and Fialco invited to Priscilla's eventual funeral, which I thought that was kind of odd, guys, that when the negotiations was going on, that was part of it, that Priscilla wanted Cruz and Fialco invited at her funeral. It's kind of weird you have to put that in a contract. But anyway, we're not part of that family, right? Even in this solemn paragraph in a document that has nothing to do with them, Cruz and Fialco shamefully cared only for their ability to attend what is likely to be highly publicized event, the lawsuit says, because, yeah, when it does happen, ding dong, the witch is dead is going to be the song that I sing when it's all said and done, folks. But in a declaration filed July 19th in Florida, Priscilla describes the alleged elder abuse in her own words, saying Cruz was determined to isolate me from my trusted advisors and gain control over my income, finances, and financial decision making. She writes that Cruz represented to her that her prior advisors had engaged in wrongful acts and that she needed control in order to protect Priscilla. She says the document signed and held at Cruz's home on January 8, 2023, what would have been Elvis's 88th birthday, was predatory. What a word. She thinks she's so good with these things. Cruz arranged for me to be represented by her friend, Lynn Walker Wright, Priscilla wrote. I was isolated from my advisors and asked to sign a series of agreements, one after the other, with little to no explanation of the contents of the agreement. For example, I never advised that the agreement stated that I would be holding only a minority interest of these companies. In some cases, only 20% of the company. I had not provided with only the paperwork to review in advance, had not had an opportunity to have anyone review the paperwork before I was asked to sign it. I I was not advised as the nature of the paperwork in advance by Wright, my attorney, Walker Wright, who is named as the defendant in the elder abuse lawsuit, did not return conquest for the comment on this. And then there's a picture of Cruz and Priscilla arm in arm. Then it says, how did Cruz and Fialco respond to Priscilla's elder abuse lawsuit? Well, according to Rolling Stone, they reached out to several lawyers representing Cruz and Fialco and received a response provided by a spokeswoman. The statement called Priscilla's California elder abuse lawsuit as incomprehensible response to Cruz and Fialco's breach of contract case. We are confident that the facts will speak for themselves and justice will prevail, the statement said. It saddens all of us who dropped our lives to provide aid to a woman who needed help, and she now attempting to use her celebrity status to ruin the lives of kind, hard-working people. Thank you to all of our supporters who have stood by us during this difficult time. We will continue to focus on our business and look forward to the day in our corner in court. The truth will come out by way of evidence and not rumors. There will be no further comment at this time, and we respect the judicial process. The spokeswoman later sent a lengthy statement regarding GWS Auctions, saying the company is not involved in the lawsuits. In an Instagram message posted the weekend after Priscilla filed her elder abuse lawsuit, Cruz shared a quote to Winston Churchill that read, "A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on." She added, "The truth always comes out," and said she was grateful to her family and friends. Sometimes you must stand still. Pray for those that hurt you so deeply that it steals your breath, your words, breaks your heart, and scars your soul, she wrote in her caption. What's the story behind Priscilla's settlement with Keogh after Lisa Marie's death? Well, 2 weeks after Lisa Marie's death in 2023, Priscilla filed a petition in Los Angeles County Probate Court challenging 2016 amendment to her daughter's Promenade Trust that removed Priscilla as a co-trustee. The amendment replaced Priscilla with Lisa Marie's daughter Riley and now deceased son Benjamin Keogh. The change meant Priscilla would lose influence over the assets of the trust, namely Graceland, its archives, and Lisa Marie's 15% interest in Elvis Presley Enterprises. The company owns and manages Elvis's name, likeness, and image. The petition claimed Lisa Marie's signature appeared inconsistent with her usual customary signature. That's what she always does, though. That gets the court to open up to her. But we all know what really happened, folks. Lisa Marie found out that her mother was skimming $900,000 off the top of her inheritance every single year for probably 15 years. Okay? If you were Lisa Marie Presley, you would have done the same thing to your mother if you'd have found out that your mother was skimming $900,000 off the top and you weren't doing a darn thing. And that's exactly what her daughter did. And she's all upset even now about this. It's like, honey, please, you're the one that tried to defraud your own daughter and steal almost $1 million a year off the top of her inheritance, and we have to sit here and listen to this garbage? This is not the act of a grieving mother anyway, and we saw her true colors when this happened. We saw her true colors when this came out. So thank you, Rolling Stone, for enlightening us on some of it, but we all know the basis. It's because she was skimming money off the top. Skimming it off. You know? But anyways, I digress. Let me get back to where I was. It also said that the amendment was never delivered to Priscilla in writing during Lisa Marie's lifetime as required. Priscilla asked the court to declare the amendment invalid. Keo refrained from making any public statements. In fact, she was like a wall, guys. We wanted her to make one, and she didn't make one. And then we started questioning Riley Keough and her character. Remember that? We were. But anyways, Keough refrained from making any public statements, but in court paperwork, her lawyer made it clear she believed the 2016 amendment was valid. When the stage appeared set for a legal war, Keough reached a liberal settlement with her grandmother less than 4 months later. Though Priscilla wasn't named beneficiary of her daughter's estate, Keough agreed to give her $1 million lump sum payment off the top of a $25 million life insurance policy owned by a different trust benefiting Lisa Marie's three daughters, Keough 35 and the twins Harper and Finley 15, as well as Lisa Marie's brother Navarone Garibaldi 37 because he needed a participation trophy so bad he had to get one night. That poor baby. He ain't a Presley. He needed a participation trophy. Oh, poor little thing. Oh, the guy that hates his own sister for even giving him an eighth, ninth interest. But anyways, under the settlement approved by the judge, Keough also agreed to pay Priscilla $50,000 to resign as co-trustee of the irrevocable trust, whose sole asset was the life insurance policy. To take from your own grandchildren, folks, has to be one kind of evil. To take from your own grandchildren. She's about up there as Michael Asshat Lockwood, who would take from his own daughters. You know, they're about two peas in a pod here, guys. But Keough further agreed to pay Priscilla an annual salary of $100,000 of the next 10 years as her role as special advisor to the Promenade Trust until she dies. Man, you can't make this stuff up. Anyway, in a passage that clearly was important to Priscilla, Keough said she would use her authority as Graceland's owner to ensure Priscilla is buried as close to Elvis as possible. Because, you know, when you leave your husband for Mike Stone and then have multiple lovers over decades of time, you still whine and pine over a man you left in 1973, you know. Boggles my mind. Might be my medicine talking. I don't know, guys, but it's just something that just keeps on going. But anyway, Keough agreed to allow Priscilla to be buried upon her death in the meditation garden at Graceland, and the burial location will be at the location closest to Elvis Presley, because we all know Riley Keough don't know nothing about her grandfather. I don't think he would appreciate her being buried right next to him, but whatever. Keough's lawyer wrote in a petition for court approval the settlement that the deal should be reviewed in vacuum. Of course it should be reviewed. In settling the claims pending in Priscilla's petition, the parties are saving significant legal fees by avoiding litigation, and they are likewise avoiding the spectacle of intra-family litigation that would have been not to Lisa's wishes and not in the best interest of the family. I'm sure Lisa Marie's interest would have been, hey, Mom, you ain't going to be buried next to me or close to my daddy. Get the hell out of Dodge. But I digress. Keough has made few public comments about the family's turmoil, but touched on it in an interview with Vanity Fair. When my mom passed, there was a lot of chaos in every aspect of our lives. Everything felt like carpet had been ripped out and the floor had been melted from underneath us. I know, Riley, so why are you on your grandma's side when she's the one that took the carpet from underneath you? I mean, but I can't ask her that. Anyone was in a bit of a panic to understand how we move forward, and it just took a minute to understand the details of the situation because it's complicated. It's complicated? Your mom is your grandmama is a money-hungry, can't say that live, but you know what I was about to say, guys. but it's complicated. We are a family, and there's also a huge business side of our family. So I think that there was clarity that needed to be had. What, that your mama's a money hungry hippo? That your granny is a money hungry hippo? Priscilla said that my family has resolved all confusion, and it relates to our plea to the court and request for the document interpretation after my daughter's, Lisa Marie, untimely passing. Although the media identified such a plea as a lawsuit, I want to make clear that there was never any lawsuit filed against my beloved granddaughter. It even makes me sick reading her words, folks. As a family, we're pleased that we resolved this together. Uh-huh. I'll read the rest to you later, but we got to talk about this, guys. My blood pressure's gone up a little bit. I mean, come on. Come on. Let me read some of y'all's comments here. Pat, that doesn't sound like a grieving mother, I say. No, it does not. Rainbow 24, oh, please. Monica, well, I'm just joining. Hello, all. Well, hello, Monica. Pat, she got what she wanted, then she dumped Bridget. Exactly, that's her M.O. She gets you, she uses you for what she needs you. When she's done with you, she shows you where the door is. When she's done with you, there's the door. Priscilla did this her whole entire life. Lisa, she should have refused if she had any qualms and concerns about the document. The fact that she still signed them tells me she knew exactly what she was doing. Exactly. There's no elder abuse here. Bridget Cruz even filmed Priscilla on camera as she was signing the document. So there wouldn't be any misinterpretation. And Pat wants to know, Pat says, I will never understand why Riley caved in. Money. They only had like $35 million. And if they had kept going to court with Prissy Pants, they would have ended up with zero. And Prissy Pants would have not cared. She would have not cared. This is why I don't understand their so-called love for their Nona. Because I don't care if you're my grandmother, you're my dad, you're my brother. You steal from me, you take from me, you ain't going to see me or talk to me again. I don't care. That's how I am. So I don't understand any of this stuff. Rainbow's laughing. I know, I get too animated, don't I, when I get mad? Molly, you can't fix bitch. Ooh, Molly. No, you can't. No, you can't. Deborah, she gonna be here till she's 100. She probably will. It's always the good always dies young. The bad always sticks around. Monica, where can we access the court document saying 1/9 is going to Navarone? Well, it's online, Monica. It's been out there for a very long time. You can Google it and you can find it right when you Google it. It's right there. Yep. This is what happened. If you want to know how it happened, Monica, let me tell you how Navarone ended up with 1/9 of Elvis's trust. This is how it happened. Lisa Marie made the Promenade Trust in 1993 when she turned 25. She had to. Upon doing so, her mother went, "Oh, hey, Lisa, will you please give Navarone just a little bit just for participation, because he'd feel bad." And he was only 6 years old at that time, so he was just a little kid. So Lisa didn't know the hellion that Navarone was going to grow up to be. So she didn't know any of this. He was just a child. So she was being nice and listening to her mother. And then now, all these years later, here comes Navarone having some of Elvis's money. That's how it happened. Francis, a man she cheated on and left him, also took him back to court for a second divorce settlement. She hurt him so much. She sure did. She sure did. She deserves nothing in my book. But who am I? I got kind of thirsty. Whew. Anthony, Riley saved Graceland from both Scylla and recent scammers. True. I'll put her on that court, on that ball court, on those two issues. But I still can't understand how she let in, unless it's because they only had $35 million, and if she didn't let Priscilla get something, they were going to lose it all. But she didn't have to say yes to burying her closest to Elvis that they can get. We're already still upset about that. And the day that that happens, there's a lot of Elvis fans that probably won't want to go back to Graceland just because she is going to ruin sacred ground. Ruin it. Rainbow 24. She will not be buried at Graceland. Ain't going to happen. Well, honey, let's keep praying. Let's keep praying. Ginger. I agree, Shauna. Nat TV. Exactly. She uses people and then she discards them as garbage. She does. She finds out what worth you are and what you can do for her. When you finally do that worth for her and she done with you, she discards you like you never existed. That's her MO. That's it in a nutshell. Pat, didn't she say that Elvis abused her? So why does she really think that the fans are coming to see her? I say not. That's another thing. She does claim that. She claims that he hit her with record stack of chairs. Then she took it back. Then she did another movie claiming it happened. Then when she got backlash, she took it back. Which one is it, Prissy Pants? Which one is it, honey? Which one? And who wants to be buried next to their abuser? Who would want to be? I don't know. Tracy, I'm still hoping there's some way to block her burial. Well, the zoning commission maybe be able to, but until she dies, nobody gonna know until she dies. Nobody. I'm hoping the Memphis zoning commission has something to do with it, but we shall see. We shall see. Let's see. Francis, how was Priscilla able to change her name back to Presley after divorce? Elvis made it clear he did not want to be using Elvis Presley's name. Well, Priscilla claims that she started using Presley again because she asked Lisa Marie, and Lisa Marie said it was okay. So, welcome back, Shauna. Thank you, Saul. I was glad to be back. I'm going to take a little while to get back to completely where I am. Even just being a little mad has took my breath away a little bit, so must breathe. But you know me, I get riled up when I feel it. Rainbow, this article has been orchestrated by Priscilla because it is the month before Lisa's book coming out. She's like the piece of food that gets stuck between your teeth that drives you nuts. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Molly, getting spicy in the chat tonight. Good. I have wanted you guys to be spicy. You guys are at your best when you're caliente spicy. You know, this is just bullcrap they're shoveling to us because they think that we're that naive, that we haven't done our own research. Excuse me. Real Elvis fans do their own research. Pat, Riley also knows what her mom went through with Granny, so I'm hoping it will all backfire in Prissy's face. I would too. Teresa, I would never give any money to Pete or Mike Riley. So wrong that she's doing Lisa. Would never like all this. She should respect her mother's wishes. She's not respecting her wishes. It is wrong. I agree. I think Priscilla being buried at Graceland would not be Lisa Marie's wishes. I think if Lisa Marie was alive, this would not be happening. We would not be discussing this. Back in 2018, didn't Priscilla Presley say that she would never want to be buried at Graceland? That was just a rumor? She lies like the wind blows. She lies like the wind blows. How do you do business or talk to a woman like that? Pat, Riley also knows what her mom went through with Granny, so I'm hoping it will all backfire in Prissy's face. Well, there's that aspect. Maybe Riley's holding her cards real close to her chest until she has to play them. But we don't know because Riley's not really saying anything, and what she is saying isn't assuring us of much when it comes to Priscilla and the future of where her body will lay. Anthony, Scylla loves both money and drama. Absolutely. She loves both money and drama more than she loved Elvis. Lisa, do we know if he ever received his portion of the life insurance? I believe I read she had a clause about beneficiaries not getting their portion if they have an alcohol drug problem. Lisa, you're right. I have the documents and I have read them in past shows. It says that, yes, indeedy. It meant any beneficiaries, even Lisa herself. Nobody was getting money if they had a drug or alcohol problem. So in reality, if we're going to go by the clause that's in the Promenade Trust, he shouldn't have got anything. But we all know he has a band. He makes his own little bit of money, whatever it is. He thinks he's a rock star, whatever. I think his music sucks, but yeah, it is what it is. So the trust also provided ongoing maintenance for Pris and Navarone. Yeah, maintenance. What are you maintenance on? Deborah, Priscilla's had enough in her life. She don't deserve any more. Oh, but she thinks that she does. Helen, I remember reading an old Marty Lacker interview on Priscilla, maybe about 6 months. Woo, he did not like her. No, he did not. He didn't like her at all. You know, I believe past interviews in the past, she could kiss his ass. you know? And we all know, Deborah, that Navarone is still using drugs. Bailey, Navarone is getting money from Lisa's insurance payout, not from Elvis or Graceland's separate trust. It's in the Promenade Trust and the beneficiaries that he got 1/9. I have the paperwork if you'd like. Well, I can probably do another show on it if you like. Molly, Navarone is insignificant. We literally only knew of him because his mother used Elvis, still is, and is writing that too. Poor Lisa Marie. He's a clown. For real. He is. Oop, I skipped a few. Did not mean to. Teresa, Elvis would never want to be buried there. Elvis hates her guts. She's a witch. She's evil. She's evil. I say she's evil. She is evil. Satnin, hey. Ginger agrees with all of us. Deborah, she definitely don't deserve the Presley name. No, but she sure uses it to her advantage. Miss Ruby, thank you for the $9.99 super thanks. Thank you, girl. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to put that in my gas tank. I promise. Thank you, girl. Love it. Love it. Love you. You go. You go, girl. Thank you. Pat, don't Prissy Pants take the Presley name back after Vernon passed away? Oh, she flip-flopped. When she left Elvis, she was Beau You because she opened up that shop that was Biss and Beau with her girlfriend up there in California. And then once Vernon passed away, she started using the Presley name because she wanted to be an actress. And, she wasn't going anywhere with her acting. So putting the Presley name behind her, she got somewhere. And that gave her the Dallas role. Yep. See, Pam, she's probably going to give the zoning people a little sugar to get her way. She could, see, Pam. I mean, she's been doing that her whole entire life. Why wouldn't she be doing it now? Ashley, Priscilla would have never pulled half of all of this crap if Lisa was still here. Lisa had no tolerance for bullshit, much like Elvis. Bingo! But unfortunately, Lisa isn't here. And all we have is her daughters, and they love their Nona. That's what we got. Cheryl, I bet Zilla had to pay Lisa Marie back from all that money that she skimmed. According to paperwork, supposedly Lisa Marie was going to take her mother to court. But unfortunately, Lisa died before any of that could happen. So that should tell you something. If your daughter going to take you to court from past monies that you owe her, something's wrong. But the bad thing is the court case never happened because Lisa Marie passed. Bonnie says she don't care about Scylla. Deborah, Priscilla hated Memphis. Oh, she did. She'd rather spend time in California. So it boggles my mind why she wants to spend eternity in Memphis. She's never Memphis. Lisa Marie was Memphis. Priscilla, California. Rainbow, agreed. Riley has not honored any of her mother's wishes. Okay, the book. But to me, that's profitable. And who knows how raw Lisa it will be. We don't know until the book comes out and we read the book. If I read that book and realize it's all sunshine and roses and nothing wrong with her mother whatsoever, know that that book has been tampered, folks. We know that it was a strain and they didn't talk for 8 years. 8 years! So there's that. Francis, agree, Rainbow. Oop, I missed you. Agree, Rainbow. I pray the book didn't get altered. Deborah, Marty was straightforward. Gotta love him for that. I do. I still like reading his blog to this day when I need to look up something. His personality was very animated. He was no nonsense kind of guy. Kelsey, didn't Lisa Marie block her mom from being buried at Graceland? Ah, but it isn't blocked now, is it? Because that's the first order of business that Priscilla did, besides taking her grandbabies to court after Lisa died, was to be buried there. Yep. Monica, I don't know what to say about Priscilla, but God will know what will happen, and Elvis and Lisa are in a place where none of this matters. I hope their spirit will guide what happens once Priscilla passes. I feel for that same sentiment. I hope so. I hope they are resting in peace. But if there's a such thing as not resting in peace because of things happening, then it just, I hope they're resting in peace, but how can you rest in peace when things like this go on? But then again, we don't know if we're resting or not till we get there, right, Monica? John, Shauna, remember, we don't call him Navarone, we call him Provolone. That's right, John. You're right. I've forgotten that. You're right. So we got Prissy Pants, Michael Ass Hat, Provolone. We got all these cool nicknames for these people. Molly, I really hope Riley listens to the fans, the actual fans who love and care for Elvis. Again, the reason we care what she thinks because of her grandfather, man. That's the only reason. We're here for Elvis and Lisa now. And that's it. And I told you guys a long time ago, I'm having this love-hate relationship with Riley Keough. I don't know what to think of her. She gives her Nona access to being buried at Graceland, but then she saves Graceland from scammers. So I just don't know what to feel. It's nerve-wracking. I don't know what to feel about her. I just don't. Ginger, Priscilla ain't nothing without Elvis. Absolutely. Deborah, I'm sure Lisa figured that would be her place. Claudia, Priscilla did not like Lisa. She couldn't wait to get rid of her, dumping her at Scientology on her 12th birthday and told them to handle her. Lisa told it out of her own mouth. I know, Claudia. She did it every chance that she had. You deal with her. Because Priscilla couldn't deal with her. Priscilla couldn't be the mother she needed to be for her daughter, especially a grieving daughter who grieved her father. Priscilla couldn't spend the time with her own baby. It's sad, really. And Nat TV says that Lisa was winning her case versus Barry Siegel. She was, so she could have won the case against her mother too, but unfortunately she died. It just didn't happen. Deborah, absolutely Lisa was all for Memphis. She called it home. She sure did. Rainbow 24. What gets me rabid is who cares what she wants? Nobody cared that Elvis might not want her buried there, not Riley, nobody in that family except the Smiths. I agree with you. Ashley. Excuse me. Woo, gotta breathe. Hold on. Whew. Ashley. Priscilla couldn't love Lisa and even care at all. Her actions speak volumes. She literally let Provolone say he was glad his sister died, and she was horrible and didn't even disavow his comments. I know. She didn't say nothing. It was like crickets. So how is it in a family dynamic that your brother tells the world that he hates you, wishes you were dead, and then when you die, tell the world you're glad that they're dead, and then here's mama. Crickets. Nothing. That's just wrong. Molly, Marty is the man. I happen to like Marty Lacker. I like his daughters too, Sherry and Angie. They're also no nonsense chicks. Anthony, I hope Harper and Finley won't be cheated out of their part of the inheritance. Well, if it's the way it's going, I mean, father, their own father, Michael Asshat Lockwood, took $200,000 out of his daughters, both of their trusts. So you tell me. You tell me. Deborah, I hope they don't either, but their dad is so money hungry. Yep. Lego. Charity, she's a scammer. Anthony, Crooksilla. Joy Lang, what about the John Smith Presley set? Whoa, 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 whoa. What about this? John Smith Presley says DNA proves Elvis was his dad and Elvis's aunt and uncle adopted him. I'm sorry, but until I see that paperwork with my own two eyes and you guys see that paperwork with your own two eyes, don't fall for it, folks. There are a lot of people out there right now claiming to be his kid. Even this guy that there's this guy that calls himself Elaine that's actually a she transition female from a male, claiming that he was the byproduct of Priscilla and Elvis in Germany. When Priscilla was 14, she gave birth to him and he got adopted. There's so many crazy people out there, guys. Be careful. Don't just because someone said, I can stand here. I'll tell you, I could tell you right now. Look at me. Guess what, folks? I just found out Elvis Presley's my daddy. Yeah, we kind of got the same facial expression going. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. And then you take my word for it. Until you guys see paperwork and the proof is in the pudding, don't fall for these people. We talked about this the last time, too, with this Lisa Marie Johansson chick that claims that she was swapped with the real Lisa Marie, that she's Lisa Marie, and she was swapped with this imposter, and that's the Lisa Marie that we love today. Even though it's kind of funny she calls our Lisa Marie the imposter when our Lisa Marie looks the spitting image of Elvis, and this Lisa Marie Johansson looks nothing like a Presley whatsoever. So it's kind of odd. So you guys need to be careful out there. Don't take it because someone's spinning it, man. You do your research and realize people say things all the time, but it doesn't make it so. Watch your back out there, folks. A lot of scammers. There's also scammers out there pretending to be Elvis Presley. Oh, yeah. There are men and women out there behind keyboards trying to convince people that they faked their death and that they're typing to you right now. Be careful out there. I'm telling you, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it at all. Francis, I'm afraid Riley cares more about her career than what's going on with Priscilla and Graceland. Lisa would be disappointed. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, Riley's so silent, except she loves her Nona. Pat, do you think maybe Prissy Pants threatened Riley some way for her to give in to her? I think Scientology has something to do with it. If you want my point of view and my personal opinion with the research that I have done and the rabbit holes I've went in, I think Scientology has a good deal with their appearances and the picture opportunities that they've been having with one another. Mm-hmm. I did, Molly. It smells like Scientology to me. So I don't get the sense that Riley cares about Elvis. I don't trust her. Well, I kind of feel the same way you do. So until she shows me different, I'm right there with you. But that doesn't make me a bad person to think that. Monica, can Riley change her mind when Priscilla dies about being buried at Graceland? So you think Riley paid off Scylla and said she could be buried there to keep Scylla quiet and at bay? Quiet and at bay for what, though? You know, what would she have on her Nona and her grandmother to keep her quiet and at bay? I just think she kind of paid her Nona off so the legal fees wouldn't be so much that the twins and her would actually have some of that insurance money and not have none of it. Because you know how courts are. You get your money in a court system like that, in a case like that, you can kiss your $35 million goodbye and barely even have any money left. So she probably did that. Whew. It's getting hot in here. Or is it because I'm getting so animated, guys? Woo. Nat TV says, Shauna, you're Lisa's sister. I'm not really, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny. There's just too many people out there that are trying to scam others. And it's sad. It's sad. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach how sad it is. So you better be careful out there, guys, because people are there to scam you. And they're getting really good at it. So don't fall for it. So that poor guy who was told Charlie Manson was his dad died shortly after learning he was not his DNA. His mom had lied to him his whole life. I know, Saul, and there are people like that running around. They have been lied to their entire life and been told one narrative and then finally found out that they're not. I mean, that would make their whole life a lie in a way. It's very sad. It's very sad. Ginger, unfortunately, I don't think she cares about Elvis either. Well, it's yet to be seen, but at least she did save Graceland from the scammer. That is apparent. She did do that. And she did do Christmas at Graceland. She did that too. You know? So I don't. Whatever it is yet to be seen. Nat TV. Lisa Marie Johansson claims that Lisa is a clone. She's crazy. I know. She claims that she's the real Lisa Marie, and the Lisa Marie that we knew our whole lives was an imposter. The one that actually looked exactly like Elvis. There's a screw loose somewhere in that brain. You guys need to get therapy stat if you believe this stuff. Bailey, Riley doesn't have to file the paperwork for a new burial permit. That will stop Priscilla. We'll see what happens, Bailey. I mean, she ain't dead yet. We've got some time. We don't know how much, though. Molly, Michael can play a little guitar. He acts holier than thou because of that and being married to Lisa, mainly the marriage. Oh yeah, he married her to use her. You know that. She's Elvis's daughter, and that's probably how they, you know, got. He was already playing in her band, but then so was her ex-husband, Danny Keough. You know, it's just. Mm, I'll say one thing about Lisa, and she knew it too. She didn't really have great taste in men. It was just it wasn't good for her in that the only one that actually stood by her and loved her no matter what till the end, who was there on the day she died, was her ex-husband Danny. I wish she had a never divorced Danny and married Michael Jackson. It would have probably been different, but that was Lisa's choice. Elvis fangirl Sherry Lecker tried to be like her dad. She kind of is, but she's not exactly like her dad. Nobody is really exactly like their father, but sometimes traits and mannerisms and things do happen. So, I mean, look at Lisa. Things that she did, said, how she walked, how she carried herself, how she giggled. There were a lot of her dad in her. There was some of her mom in her too, but she had more of her daddy. It just depends. Lego. I think Scientology set Lisa Johansson and Elaine Presley loose. I don't think they are associated with Scientology, but that is funny. Ashley, I never believed they left Scientology. I believe Lisa did, but I don't believe Priscilla left. I think she's using it to her benefit right now because she needs people, and right now Scientology don't care. They'll use it for what it is. They're a cult, and that's just what cults do. Yep. See, Pat, Shauna, do you think there was more than person to put a foreclosure on Graceland? Um, I think that if you because we're going a little bit over on this subject, I think if you tune in to my show next week, we'll go into that. We'll talk about that a little bit more. I didn't realize that my first night back, the very first article that I would read, we would be going into it for over an hour. I had so much more to say, but I have information on the foreclosure of Graceland and the court and all this, and I would really love just to make a short informative video for you guys in a few days so you guys can get that information because I really don't think I'll be able to talk about it tonight. But my personal opinion is, and this is it, I think that lady was biting more than she can chew. She was already a scammer and already a fraudster, and she thought she could put a wool over their eyes. And the funny thing is, it blew up in her face. I truly believe that Lisa Finley, Lisa Harlow, whatever her alias names are, is one person. I don't think it was anyone but her. She was just trying, thinking she was smart, and she lost. What's that expression people say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Well, she gonna win some time in prison for her stupid game. That's what I think. Karen, do you remember a few years back, Prissy had a yard sale? Oh, yes, Karen, I do. In fact, I was looking at some of her stuff thinking, oh, what can I get? And I was scrolling, and it was the most tackiest, tackiest stuff I've ever seen. How does Elvis's ex-wife own doilies? Doilies and lace curtains, and some of the clothes were so 1970s outdated. It's like, honey, hey, Prissy, do you ever clean out your closet, honey bunny? You're supposed to be able to clean out your closet at least once or twice a year, maybe once every three at least. But it looked like with that yard sale, she never cleaned her closet out ever. So I remember And the stuff was overpriced for a yard sale because the woman never gives anything away. And that really got me on her. Here she is, a rich woman, and instead of giving her stuff to Goodwill, people that might need it, she has a yard sale of her old stuff that isn't even worth anything. That's when I knew something was wrong with that woman. I knew a long time ago other things were wrong, but goodness sakes. So, Asshat is not a musician I'd want to work with. I don't like to cuss the fiddle, but he's not a good guitarist, and he gives creepo vibes. He does. His little Alice in Wonderland um, vibe he gives me, I'm just like, you ain't Tom Petty, dude. I don't care how much you want to be Tom Petty. You're not Tom Petty. Just move along. Because I think he wants to be Tom Petty, but he's not, and he never will be. He's just weird, and he gives me creepo vibes too. Nat TV. The 6 spots for graves are already occupied. We don't know if Riley will ask for more space. Not till she dies. We do not know, guys. We're like kind of in limbo waiting for all this. We're waiting. We're waiting. Okay. So I don't know. Prissy never left Scientology. She lied. Nat TV, I'm with you. I don't think she ever left. I think Lisa left, but I don't think Prissy ever did. I think she just given face. Given face. Deborah, Lisa did leave Scientology. Priscilla is still hanging in there. Bingo, Deborah. So, Lisa doesn't look much like pre-nose job Pris. She totally took after the Loves. She took after her daddy soul. Molly, she most definitely hangs around them, pictured with them often, and they're diligent cult members, but also celebrity status. So it's kind of whatever, Mhm. So don't push yourself too hard, Shauna. You're doing great, and we can continue later. I know. I get too animated, and I'm not at complete lung capacity yet. I know. But it just makes me so mad sometimes, I read this stuff and I'm thinking, what the hell am I reading? I get so passionate about it. Whew. Deborah, I pray the zoning commission will not give more spaces. I do too, Deborah. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Teresa, Lisa should Lisa should have stayed with Danny. I think so. I mean, he was there throughout her whole life and was there the day she died. In my opinion, I don't think she ever should have left Danny for Michael Jackson. But who am I? Lisa was, I guess, bedazzled by Michael. Maybe her and Danny were having marital issues at that time after she had been, and Michael Jackson was promising her the world. I mean, she did it best in her Oprah Winfrey interview in 2012 when she talks about it. She tells all how she felt. At the time she did love Michael Jackson, but it just didn't work out. Pat, I thought so that Deborah, that Prissy Pants is still in the cult. See, there's a lot of you guys that still think Prissy Pants is still in Scientology. So it's not just me. I just get total Scientology vibes when I look at the woman. At least I know through Lisa and Tony Ortega that Lisa did quit Scientology. She was done with David Miscavige's shit. Excuse my French. Karen, I know, right? And Ginger thinks it's crazy. Molly, the ex-wife, has her hand in a failed and failing business venture. She always has her hand in something that's failing, Molly. Let's see. I missed a few. Hold on. Cheryl, Cruz's attorney did a motion to dismiss themselves from the Florida case. She had to get new counsel. I know. I haven't read that yet, but I do know already she did do that. So thank you for saying it to remind me to tell you folks that yes, Bridget Cruz has a new counsel and it's going. It's going. So we just got to sit and wait and see what the end is. In my point of view, I don't think Bridget Cruz elderly abused Prissy Pants at all. But that's just my personal opinion. Barbara, she's probably selling her mother's clothes. Rainbow, oh Shauna, your voice is getting sexy deep. Phoebe Buffet, friend, sexy phlegm. You could do Betty Davis eyes and any of Lisa's tunes. Oh, you mean my octave is so lower than usual because I've been sick? Yeah, I hear you. I'm really low. I'm as low can be. Yeah, it's pretty deep. Pretty deep, Rainbow. And that TV. Riley got hidden cards. She's making the old lady think she's winning and playing along, but you wait what she does in the end. Hey, I hope you're right in that TV. I mean, I hope that she has cards that Priscilla don't know. I really do. Molly, you're right. He's hella lame. He's not even very good. Nah, nah, nah. Michael Asshat Lockwood is not a very good musician. There are much better guitar players out there. Larissa, why isn't Priscilla talking about Scientology in her new book if it's all about life after Elvis? Good question. Do you think she'll talk about it? Because I thought Scientology is like Fight Club. You don't talk about it. As they say, the first rule about Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club, right? Well, maybe the first rule of Scientology is you don't talk about Scientology. So you don't hear her talk about it much for someone who is a Scientologist. Lisa, is it true she had to pay Lisa back and did so by selling her house? I read Priscilla said it was to help Lisa out. Even noticed how Prissy always has an ulterior motive with events. Yes, I believe that. And then of course she said she had to sell it to help Lisa out. You know what, Lisa? Prissy Pants is a liar like the wind blows, and she will always lie if it benefits her. She's not telling the truth. She tells you what you want to hear. But she always keeps things, and she just twists it and turns it and sets the narrative. It's just ridiculous what she gets away with. It really is. A lot of us are plumb sick of her. Really. Pat, when will it stop? Is she going to have Navarone buried at Graveside too? Oh dear God, no. I hope and pray no. Never! I'm serious. There'll be a definite boycott of Graceland if Provolone even gets an arm buried in the meditation garden. Even an arm. I'll be there protesting. Molly, as far as Pris can push, we know she'll push. So in her mind, I'm sure anything goes. What a nut. She is. Molly, I think Riley is passive when it comes to her granny. Maybe so. Lego. I think Lisa had a few cards to play before she died too. You better believe she did. You better believe she did. Bonnie, I agree. Riley's dad, Danny Keogh's parents, helped develop Scientology with L. Ron Hubbard when it first came out. So I don't think Riley left. I mean, if your father is high up there in Scientology, I don't think you would leave. Ashley, if she wasn't still in Scientology, she would never have wanted to move to Florida to be close to her friends John Travolta. I really don't think they let people who aren't in hang out and mix. Oh, I know. There's a rule. You can't once you leave, you can't talk to these people. So why are they all a talking? So I don't think she ever left. Rainbow 24. She lies like a rug. Claudia, I know. I get so upset about all the lies and stuff. People remember the Geraldo show he did, and I get so upset I almost had to go to the hospital if the cloud had got through the TV. I would bet the tar out. I would have beat the tar out of. I bet. You trying to call me? I'm gonna turn off my phone. Of course, it's my mother. It's always my mother. But I'm gonna I'm gonna turn off my phone and I'll call her back at the end of the show. All right. Let's see. Francis. Good night, Shauna and everyone. Continue prayers, Shauna. Good night, Francis. It's been fun. Ginger, I'll be protesting with you, Shauna. Yeah, thank you. Jerry, there might be an earthquake and the two scoundrels were buried there by. Hi, Diana. It's good to see you too. I'm going to read a couple of y'all's comments and then I'm going to say something. Linda, Prissy Pants never left the cult. That's why she and Prissy didn't get along. I think she had something to do with Lisa's death. She was working with Lockwood during the divorce. You know, I kind of agree with you, but I can't say too much because I'm still digging and I'm still doing my research, Linda. But I think you're onto something. Nat TV, Riley apparently sent anti-Scientology books to Masterson's sister. Larissa, I'm convinced Priscilla joined Scientology to get closer to Travolta. History repeats itself with her. Molly, after Lisa was out of the cult, she still had people around her that would write weekly reports back to little David Miscavige. Twerp. I like your wording, Molly. Linda, I think Prissy Pants may have been having an affair with him. She had an affair with everybody, even Jerry Schilling. I will say it. Who hasn't she had an affair with? Nessa, Riley wants her Nona, her back for now. I don't know, girl. Maybe. Ashley, what kind of mother would have let their daughter go to the Golden Globes in that condition? She clearly didn't look well. Because her mother didn't care. Then she had to write a fake article talking about how they went out to drinks and stuff. If your daughter looks that bad, you're not going to go to the Malo and go have drinks. Yeah, sure she is. When Jerry Schilling was the one to take her and take her home. Shows Priscilla Pants. Shows she lies like the wind blows, guys. Anyways, folks, I'm going to have to go tonight. My breathing ain't that great. And I need to have another breathing treatment. I've went way over a little animated tonight, but I'm going to have one of those breathing treatments to get my lungs back to where it was before we started the show this evening. I hate it, but that's just my life right now, guys. I'm not 100%, but I'm trying, but I'm not there yet. So guys, continue to pray for me. I love y'all. I know that you will. I loved seeing every one of you guys in my comment section tonight. And Bren, there's more to Lisa Marie's story to unfold. I believe it. I believe it. Molly, thank you. Nat, CPAM, Karen, Bonnie, all of you guys. Soul, Nat TV, Ruby, Anthony, Ginger. I say all y'all's names, but my breath is getting really tight. So I'm going to go. I love y'all. Just know that. And I have a special video for you guys on Sunday, okay? On Sunday, look on my Facebook page, look on this channel. There'll be a special video about Prissy Pants for all y'all to see on Sunday, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go, guys. I gotta get some medicine in me and get breathing treatment, 'cause I'm not all there yet. But I came 'cause I love you guys. I'm committed to Elvis and to Lisa, and I love each and every one of you guys. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I wanted to see you, and I wanted you to see me. Exactly, soul. You don't do that crap. But I love you guys. Find my new video on Sunday, okay? All right. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining your evening with me. You could have went to any Elvis channel, but you didn't. You came to mine, and for that, you know I love you. I will talk to you guys next week. Watch my video on Sunday, okay? All right, guys. TCB, TLC. God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side. I love you guys. Bye now. God bless you. Love you guys.